I played the game, and the story was annoying me so much that I actually just went to bed early.
That's me. Yeah, I'm sorry. See, this is the difference between streamers that take on sponsor deals, like sponsor deals for a game, and Gotcha Smack. Asmon will take on the sponsor deal, then talk shit about the game later about what's not good about it. Gotcha Smack will lie and grift even about stuff he knows is bad because he wants the bag again. And so you can never actually get an actual real piece of critique out of him when it comes to sponsored games. It's different when you'll take on a sponsor, then critique the game afterwards.
It was like 12:30. So meanwhile, this is what's happening in Wuthering Waves. Yeah.
To be fair, Wuwa is in, like, the climax of the story, right? NTE can't be where this is, right? This would be like him showing off the Void Worm fight. That was ass.
So, while you're pussyfooting around thinking about this random-ass fucking stupid otter with a TV on its head, meanwhile, you could be playing Armored Core 7. You know? Like, this is really, it's really kind of fucking embarrassing.
This is the thing, guys. I feel like it's really hard for AKE and NTE to recover from some of the allegations because, like, I'm not gonna lie, Asmon has relentlessly shit on both of those games. He's basically saying, don't play NTE, go play Wuwa. I don't think it's fair to compare 3.3 End of Wuwa's story in Lahai Roy to NTE's intro patch. But in a similar vein, NTE's story does not have a lot to hook you on in the beginning. They kind of needed something a lot more engaging in the first couple of hours. Dude, it's like they're trying their best to make you not play the game in the first couple of hours of the story. And, like, if you like the other mechanics and you're able to, like, push through, sure, right? I think it might, I think it has the potential to get good, but bro, the game does not do a good job retaining players early on. Yeah, bro, I'm not gonna lie. I tried playing it yesterday, and, like, I was doing the Tagido quest, and I just stopped. Yeah, I was like, I don't want to do this. And there's nothing else I could do. And guys, I was skipping the story, and I just wanted to stop. That's the thing. I skipped, and I still didn't want to play it. Because, like, I was just walking. And it was like the next quest objective was like 140 meters away. And, like, halfway through, I just closed the game. There was like 70 meters left, and I just closed the game. It just felt like I was walking from point A to point B, and then clicking the skip button, and then walking to the next point, and then clicking the skip button, and then walking to the next point, and then clicking the skip button. Dude, I was like, this is not fun. Literally, that's what that quest felt like. Just point A, skip, point B, skip, point C, skip, point D, skip. And I was just sitting there, like, watching my character's running animation. I was just like, dude, this is all I've been looking at for 4 minutes. Why am I even playing this? Because, like, if the story's legitimately dog shit, that's the only thing I'm doing in the game. But, like, they even made, like, the story outside of the dialogues and the cutscenes boring. I don't know how they did it, but they made, like, everything about the story boring. Usually, when you, like, skip around and stuff like that, you have fun bits interspersed between the boring bits. No, it's just boring throughout. Every single part of the story is boring. Like, what? I go in, I walk into the shop and buy one item, then leave the shop. I walk into the shop, buy another item, leave the shop, and then go to another shop and do that 4 times in a row? If that's acceptable quest design in the game, doesn't that mean that there are quests that are equally as bad, if not worse? I think I'll try to, like, give NTE, like, another shot. Maybe, yeah, like, maybe, like, later when I, like, have, like, an afternoon to kind of just, like, sit down and, like, focus up, maybe on, like, a break day or something. But I'm always gonna have this idea of, like, opportunity cost in my head, where it's like, I could literally be doing anything else other than this right now. And as you, like, get older and shit like that, you begin to realize, damn, there's, like, a lot more stuff I could be doing rather than playing this game that I'm not having fun with. And, like, wow, there's, like, a lot of stuff for me not to have fun with in the game. Like, do I want to go watch anime? Do I want to go watch, like, some sports games, some recordings? Do I want to go watch, like, random clips on YouTube? Do I want to go watch, like, something else? Yeah, there's a lot of things that you could do instead of play a game that you don't like with gameplay that you don't like. Because I actually like NTE's combat. I actually like the exploration of the driving and stuff, but it's also like, damn, I gotta, like, progress the story and stuff to unlock a bunch of things, and the story's fucking dog shit. Yeah, I got stuck. Yeah, I basically got stuck. I would just say when it comes to NTE, I am very anxious about where the future of it is probably going to be following version 1.0 and, like, well, let's just be entirely honest over here, right? We're seeing a game like ZZZ not doing particularly well. Let's see the truth about Neverness to Everness, right? It's taken the AKE, the Arcanite's Enfield tactic, when it comes to viewership and engagement. They're taking the tactic of just paying a fuck ton of people a bunch of money to play the game. That's the tactic that's being used right now. And unfortunately, I don't really think that this is a great tactic to actually have longevity when it comes to a franchise. Because the reality over here is that this game could very easily, if it doesn't actually meet the lofty expectations that are getting set up over here, it just becomes the next Enfield. And what do I mean by the next Enfield? A game that is actually propped up solely by sponsors and doesn't have an actual legitimate player base, where people only come back at the start of a patch because they're paid to pretend they enjoy the game. They're paid to pretend to play the game. And then when the patch isn't getting gassed up, it looks like this. When it isn't getting gassed up by sponsors, when it isn't getting gassed up by literally fake engagement, it looks like this. And I'm actually really disappointed that this is the marketing approach that NTE decided to go with, rather than, like, traditional, like, word of mouth, like, legitimate sort of engagement and, like, more organic growth that way. Because this just makes it feel like pay to win, right? This just makes it feel like, hey, we're just gonna pay people to, like, to make the game look good, and then the actual numbers end up looking like this. Insane, insanity, wild, crazy numbers. And then Thanos snapped, slight recovery because of the new patch release and all the sponsors, and then triple Thanos snapped. Bro, that's basically 75% drop. That's 2 Thanos snaps. You went from 2.1k to 617. He snapped twice, bro, essentially. It's like they staved off the downfall after 2 minus 50% in viewer count. But then it all came to bite them back in the middle of this fucking update. And you want to know what the crazy thing is? Bro, check this shit out. It's only been 2 weeks since the patch dropped. There's 20 days left on this character's banner. And the engagement is already reaching levels where it's hitting nearly double-digit viewers on the daily. There's 20 days left on this banner and like 30-something days left in the patch. I think there's actually 40 days left in the patch. 38, 39, something like that. Bro, the patch is not even close to halfway done, and it's getting engagement like this within 2 weeks. That's what happens when your game doesn't have an actual audience. It's propped up to look like it's successful, and I could see NTE falling into those exact same footsteps unless they actually secure like a real legitimate viewer base, a real legitimate audience. But if they go with the tactic of just buying everybody out, like AKE did, it's going to be some trouble. But I think the game has enough content. I think the game has enough things, enough activities for people to find enjoyment in actually watching it legitimately. But bro, the story is without a doubt the biggest deterrent. AKE's biggest problem is having nothing to do in the fucking game. NTE's problem is having a lot of stuff to do in the game, but you're blocked off from it by the dog shit story. It's almost like two games with like opposite sort of issues, but they have one thing in common: sponsoring way too many people and not actually having a real legitimate audience when it comes to the game. And I think that's dangerous, but we'll just have to see how it pans out from here. Those are my thoughts on AKE. Let me know what you all thought. Peace.